Hey everybody, get up, it's time to slam now. Comment below if you know what that's from. What's up and welcome to the Big Rewind, where we watch all of the internet things so that you don't have to, Justin. I swear if that measuring tape makes it on camera. Before we can fully get started, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and the channel. We look forward to seeing more engagement. With that said, my name is Erik Zachary, and on today's Big Rewind, I thought you were just gonna slap me in the face with it. Aliens could already be here, and out of all places, at the Paris Zoo. Rage yoga is the latest trend from Canada, and a new reality TV show takes being vegetarian to a deathly extreme. The Paris Zoo unveils the blob. That's scientifically what they're calling this new organism that has no brain, but it has 720 sexes, and also, even though it's not considered an animal, its learning behavior is unknown of how, I can't even begin to describe the terror that let's just watch. Oui. It looks harmless, right? But I feel like this is the start of any real alien movie where it's like this cute, that's like Stranger Things, isn't it? Like where this little thing that's fine and then it takes over everything. Apparently they don't understand because it doesn't have a brain, but it has learning behavior. And if you cut it in half, it's able to reattach itself. It's able to move without legs or wings or arms. It can heal itself within 2 minutes. And if you have one blob, apparently, that learns like how to get around something and then it combines with another blob, then that other blob now knows how to get around things too. And they're just like, nah, this is kind of cool. Let's put it on display in Paris. Crazy, right? Next story. Well, this is quite the paradigm shift. That's the second time I've used that in 2 days. Going from a blob that could end worldly life as we know it to Kylie Jenner, which could also end worldly life as we know it. Apparently a video emerged just a couple days ago where she was waking up Stormy, and this is the way that she does that.
We're gonna wake Stormy up and get out of here and show you guys her room. Rise and shine.
So the spoke song Rise and Shine quickly took off on the internet with a lot of people making their own versions of it.
Rise and shine.
My drunk ass in the middle of the night.
Rise and shine.
My anxiety, full bladder, empty stomach at 4 a.m.
Rise and shine.
So this all took off a couple days ago, but now it's just going to the next extreme because celebrities are getting involved. And you have some other created versions.
Rise and shine.
The lame Kim Kardashian, to people who have actually made it to their, be their alarm on their phone.
Rise and shine.
And then you have Ariana Grande jumping on it.
Rise and shine.
So you're welcome for getting that stuck in your head for the next week. But, oh, one more. Hang on. The dubstep version. Kylie did retweet this. I didn't know this dubstep is still a thing.
Rise and shine.
Moving on. But this is terrifying. I didn't believe this was a real story. I thought this was a Halloween stunt when you guys first sent me this story. But a family in Iowa had their basement flood with blood. 5 inches of animal remains, blood, and bones were found in their basement, which is straight out of The Shining. Let me just play this for you real quick because this is, you're not going to believe this.
Look away.
Yeah, you just need to look away. Look away. But don't look away, it's not that bad. It's Halloween, spooky.
Nobody wants to see that, smell that. I wouldn't want that for anybody to have that in their house.
Bagley resident Nick Listina and his family of 7 were getting ready to put their house on the market.
And they've told us, concurrently that shouldn't stay in the house because of the biohazard.
Until their basement was flooded with animal blood.
I was shocked at first, but I had a pretty good idea where it came from.
They've lived next to Doll's Meat Locker for 10 years, but have never had any problems.
Well, I'm glad he put those together that he figured out where it, yes, of course that's where it came from. Apparently this is how.
Listina says his neighbors were dumping hog and cattle remains down a floor drain, which is connected to his pipes and ended up in his basement. He immediately reported it to the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, which confirmed it as animal blood, fat, and bones.
Oh, gosh. I grew up in a house that had a basement, and it actually flooded a few times. It's bad enough finding water. There was one time that the storm drain flooded, so like sometimes sewer or sewage will come up, sewage water, and that is disgusting enough. I can't even begin to fathom actual blood and remains, not even just the blood. Like just like an eyeball floating through your basement, not cool. That's something that I feel like only would happen in Iowa. Like if this story was like a New York resident, everyone would lose their mind. Iowa, it's like, another Tuesday, what can you do? All right. Rage yoga. It's exactly what it sounds like. The art of yoga, which is traditionally a calming, meditational practice, is kind of the opposite of that, and it started in Canada, of all places. The nicest place on earth. They need a place to let the rage out. Apparently, it's filled with profanity, obscenities, alcohol, gestures. There's one word every single show. I can never get through it. It's wild.
The yoga instructor is
and now it's coming to America.
Flipping the bird and yelling to the normally tranquil practice. Amanda Kaufman says she was instantly attracted to this new technique when she came across it 2 years ago.
We will be cussing, using profanity, yelling, screaming, just
holy hair.
All the negative energy.
The more shocking part is the Canadian birthplace of it. Did you know? Fun fact, 'cause I throw them into every show. In Canada, they actually made the words "I'm sorry" illegal to be used as an admission of guilt in court because so many people say "I'm sorry." It's just like a habit, like how like Midwesterners go "oop." So you can't, by saying "I'm sorry," admit guilt in court. This is the same place now where rage yoga is. I'm just imagining like, get the in child's pose now.
I think it's like you're expressing rage to get out, like what they're doing.
I express rage walk down 8th Avenue at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, past Penn Station. You'll get plenty of rage out. Super easy. Also, I gave up on these trends the minute goat yoga became a thing. My mom texted me a couple weeks ago, and she's like, hey, can you FaceTime right now? I said, sure. She FaceTimes me. There's a goat on her back. That's the sound that the goat makes. This is a fun story. A University of Iowa student, 20 years old, was charged with possession of fake identification, and it was the ID from Superbad. No joke, it was an actual Hawaiian ID that said McLovin, which he handed to police. Police carded him once he was already inside the bar and had a drink in his hand, which makes me think he just got in the bar without using the ID, because there's no way a bouncer saw that and was like, come in. But then the cops asked him for his ID. He gave them his real ID, and they said, well, you're underage, give us your fake. And he goes, I don't have one. And they went through his stuff, and they found an actual McLovin ID.
Man, I got it. It's flawless. Check it.
Hawaii. All right, that's good. It's hard to trace, I guess. Wait, you changed your name to McLovin? McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
I just love this kid's like cheesing so hard for his picture. The responses are great, the best of which Seth Rogen, my work here is done. And then you have Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. It was between that and Muhammad, but then the entire chain beyond that is, someone goes, why the F would it be between that and Muhammad? And someone goes, watch the movie. That is the quote from the movie, though.
They let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And you landed on McLovin.
Yeah, I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the fuck would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a fucking book for once.
Fogel, have you ever actually met anyone named Muhammad?
Great movie. Whatever. Hopefully the kid learned his lesson, got a good story out of it, and he went viral, so good job, I suppose. NASA has unveiled 2 new spacesuits. She looks like a character at a baseball game. You know how when they have like the inflatable characters come out and they're like bobbly? That's like her walking out right here. The suit on the left is for when they have to do work on the space station or are doing any kind of a moon walk or potentially Mars walk outside of the protection of the actual spacecraft. And the suit on the right is an updated version for when they're re-entering into the Earth atmosphere. The only thing you really need to know here is that it's better for mobility, safety, various features, but in order to demonstrate the better mobility, this is what she decided to do. Backpack dance, all day. 10 points if you know what it's actually called. Comment below. All right, final story, and potentially the wildest one of the day. A UK reality show challenges meat-loving families to go vegetarian or be forced to eat their pet. Yeah. I mean, before we go too much into this, as severe as it sounds, they're not talking about like a dog or cat. Like, they don't have to cook their actual household animal. The whole concept of the show is that they give them a baby pig to live with or a baby calf, something traditionally that would be used in farming. And they live with it for multiple weeks, become close and emotionally connected with this animal. And most of those animals, when they're babies, are cute. Think about that. After 3 weeks, you either have to sign a contract declaring that you will go vegetarian for the rest of your life, or you have to eat that animal. 98% of me thinks this is so messed up. 2% of me would definitely watch this. This is my Bachelor. This is that inner struggle. Think about living with this cute little pig, and then you have to decide whether or not you're gonna eat Porky.
I'd go vegetarian.
On that lovely carnivorous note, that's it for today's episode. Thank you to Awesome King Gaming. Whoever you are our favorite person. So thank you for constantly watching our videos right away and shouting us out. The Silent Unknown Galaxy and the Gamist. Don't forget, if you comment below, we will continue to shout you out. Click over here to see our most recent video and click down here to click subscribe. Tomorrow, brand new Big Rewind deep dive, and this time about Spike Seltzer. Can you tell I'm excited? I'll see you tomorrow.